Testing 1 2 3. Okay, so what is up, guys? Green Knight here, and I'm just here with another stream. It's been a while since I last streamed, and I'll just primarily be focusing on hunts today. Not really much to talk about for now. I want to save it for after the new title update comes out. But basically, I'm done building all of my sets, so it's just down to hunting. So yeah. And then there was some technical difficulties, so I cut the initial stream earlier, so sorry about that if you tuned in. But I'm back and everything seems to be working now. So I'll be muting myself during hunt so that I could use these for like future videos, so sorry about that. And let's get into this one. Well, that hunt went well, I guess. So yeah, with Giratotis, I typically just stick with Impact Cloud because you can technically use like Thunder or Fire, depending on which state it is. But I just like the ability to use Blast because it's just consistent damage throughout the hunt versus it being negated whenever armor's up. So, you know.
Torag.
Yeah, the grinds of 300 were just straight up massive, so it was just such a hassle. So what are we fighting? Okay, so I'm gonna switch over to Dragon, then we'll go from there. That it was a multi-hunt. So in general, I don't bother with the multi-hunt quest. It's not even a thing of can I complete it, it's just I don't want to waste my time on it. It's just infinitely less efficient. Single hunt quests are just 1000% more efficient. Especially once you max out your anomaly rank, you do not care about the multiple monsters. Like the amount of materials you get is very much not worth it. So sorry to like join and run, but basically yeah. So, actually, I didn't know. So basically even at anomaly rank 300, the lowest it goes or the range it goes is 341, which I didn't know that because I haven't played for a while. Like once I hit 300 I just stopped, so yeah. Okay, you'll be able to see my raw set because Valstrax is not very keen on getting hit by element except for on like the arms, so
無理だ 第Gとは。
クラームウテラ
I didn't realize I had the stream set to private so the default is set to private, so I have to manually turn it on to public whenever I post a stream, and I forgot about that, sorry. But basically, you're gonna be plopped in the middle, or you have to start over from the beginning without me like really interacting with anyone, so sorry about that. Basically, that last one was pretty intense. I enjoyed it. Crimson Valstrax, I thought he was just a pain, but he's actually really fun once you start to farm him extensively. Shigaru, I just avoid him like the literal plague he is, because he is not fun online. And I don't really feel like hunting him solo because I don't need anything from him material wise, so there's that. So looks like we're gonna be hunting an Espinos.
クラームウテラ。
おじにはいガラディーラーゲウシーマ
So yeah, I've been thinking about what to do with like special investigations because there's like 60 plus monsters.
レイリーチュ
Basically, I was thinking of making like some kind of challenge run. I'm not sure about the specifics just yet, but basically you have to beat like a certain amount of special investigations in a certain amount of time, and it's all done without carding rolls. So that would be a cool thing, I think, to like showcase on the channel. Basically you would hunt like one from each material category, for example, and then that would be your run. If you manage to do it, you could say, oh, I'm good at the game, or I'm good against these specific monsters. But other than the sheer challenge of it, there's not really much to it, but it does extend the like content we do have as of right now, because once you hit HR or anomaly rank 300, the game does end up being stale. All you have to do is just hunt. You could like experiment with other weapons, but if you're just the solo weapon main like me, once you build everything, you're kind of just done until the last update, basically. So this like sort of challenge run idea is right now. So yeah, I play on Switch. I don't have Steam Deck, so I'm not running anything on PC. So yeah, let's double check. Okay. So one thing I did notice, basically the arena style maps are just Final Destination. If you play Smash Brothers, it's basically the same thing. Basically no hazards, no shenanigans that work against you. What was it? Overgrown Castle's the better one, followed by Arena. Infernal Springs is kind of bad because it has a slope that monsters like to run on, so I try to avoid those like the plague. But some monsters only spot up on, or show up on Infernal Springs, so there's nothing you could do about that. But yeah, I would play Steam if I had a Steam Deck. I am thinking about getting a Steam Deck eventually. So yeah. So yeah. Is that better? But yeah, for this last time I'll just talk because some like a lot of the hunts are just pretty straightforward where I could just hunt and talk. Okay. So yeah. I was thinking about getting a Steam Deck eventually. Not right now, but basically if Monster Hunter 6 is announced for like PC, which it most likely will, basically I'll boot onto that I'll boot onto that. Okay, we're hunting in Astalos. I'm thinking we use ice here, and then since actually you could use either, but I like showcasing Spinning Axe because it's not meta, or it's not considered the meta. So let's hop on over to ice. Now, since Astalos is under 20, or its ice hit zones are under 20, you can cut, or you should cut element exploit. I'm not going to do it here just to save some time, but it basically doesn't contribute anything to this particular hunt. But yeah, with discussion of Monster Hunter 6, I'm thinking that's it's most likely gonna be on PC or some kind of delayed release, just like with Rise, because every installment eventually gets or every installment gets ported to PC, just like with just like with World and Res. So yeah. That Anjanath is just botting me. It's like I'm not even fighting it and it wants to fight me, so. So meta is, yeah, so whenever possible, always run super spam because it just does more damage. There's some matchups where spinning axe is just better to use because it's easier to pilot, and then it requires like an insane amount of skill to pilot super spam in otherwise. Like, if you could use super spam on any of the greats or great raptors, then go for it. But it's really hard to actually use them use super spam consistently. Where did Oslo's go? Oh, you went that way, I think. Am I going the right way? Yeah, this is just basically a math thing, just because, each file does like 1,000 damage in really favorable matchups. There's no way super spam could really contest unless you're just like spending 10 minutes not hitting the monster with super spam. The main draw of spinning axe is consistent and targeted damage. Whereas super spam is kind of, you just build up your big move and then just let it rip. So yeah, I'm not gonna answer where I'm from because I don't really put too much personal stuff on my channel. But I am American, and that's all I'll say about that. So yeah, in context to your other question or your other comment on the spinning axe, I'm thinking so played a majority of my time with Monster Hunter GU Charge Blade, not 4U Charge Blade. So basically I have more hours logged with landing my double chops where I want to, so it's just easier for me to use spinning axe. It's just the same mechanics, now you have a buzzsaw. I try to learn both as efficiently as I can, but I find super spam more more difficult to use for like personally. It took me basically all of my time in Rise just to master it, which is like now 3,000 hunts. But yeah, it was my biggest hurdle for Charge Blade. Spinning Axe was just very natural for me. Oh yeah, yeah. I didn't really mean to be like kind of mean about that, but I'm kind of I don't want like where I'm from or who I am to like basically bleed into the channel. I just want to post my content and then have people like benefit from it. That's my mentality with my channel basically. But yeah, most things I'll just update you on is basically what's stopping me from posting. That's the only thing I'll update on. Like, oh, I'm sick or something like that, or I don't feel like posting because I'm tired from work, stuff like that. That's okay, but personal details, I'm gonna leave that off of my channel and just keep that on Reddit and other stuff. And then yeah, so so one thing I like doing is just hunting in intervals of 10 so that I could just have everything synced up, so mercenaries will just collect every 5th hunt, and then basically I just reset it, and then I just get a mountain of materials passively. And then Argosy reset that as well, every 5th hunt as well, check that, okay. And then, so I was on, so this is my 10th hunt as I said. So just reset everything so that you get those stonks. So yeah, I rolled like 100 charms the other day using all of my accelerants, and I got like 1 mil of Hellfire charm, and then everything else was kind of like mid or something I could have gotten through Vigor or through Cyclist. So I'm just kind of trying to get the quote-unquote perfect charms now. And then yeah. So I've been trying to get a really good handicraft charm, so that might, or that should come eventually, but so far I haven't had too much luck. The best I've gotten is a 3-2-1 slot. It's reason why we want 3-3-1 slot is because of guard up, or not guard up, guard. You could just fit 4 levels and just call it a day, and you don't have to occupy any space on your sets. But yeah, like that mountain of charms, that's all from the grinding I did. But I did manage to get the perfect attack boost charm, which is basically a 3-3-1 slot. So yeah. Like at this point, the only reason why I'm still hunting is because of charms. But there is a new method, so I would suggest just farming up accelerants in preparation for title update. Or the bonus title update. Just to get everything ready. I'm kind of just being caught with my pants down because I wasn't expecting there to be another melding method, or not a melding method, a new augmenting method. So just farm up whatever resources you can and try to be ready when that new update drops, because the skills plus is kind of feeling lackluster just because certain armor pieces you straight up can't use it on. So Kushal, it's just an ice boost. You only use it for the 2 levels, and then after that, it's just a quality of life. But basically, let's see how many I have on this set, because I changed around a few of them. So yeah, 2 levels. Since I used an ice, basically it's a free 10% on water and ice builds, so you just run those. Teostra Blessing you run for fire, and then Storm Soul, which is not a decoration. You could use it for Thunder and Dragon, but you would have to run the Narwa and Ibushi pieces. But yeah. And then yeah, I think I'm done for now. Aside from, so yeah, I basically spent the last week playing Tears of the Kingdom. Kind of like the only other game I was considering doing content on for YouTube was like the Legend of Zelda series, because it's my favorite. So yeah, this one is Element File. Just math wise, if you're hitting a monster that's like at least the 20 hit zone, your files are gonna hit like 10 times harder than, or not 10 times, like 50 times harder against ice weak monsters. Like your element discharges are gonna do 100 plus damage versus impact file. Impact file does like 20 damage, so it's just like between Frosty Canth and Kushala Charge Blade. So those are like the best spinning axes for ice, or the best picks for ice. So let me pull that up real quick. Where are you? So yeah, they're the best spinning the ice spinning axe picks, just because they have insane amounts of element. The only difference stat wise ends up being their impact file damage. Like they're basically matching everything else except for the file damage. And flickering whale or the Frosty Canth Charge Blade is just gonna hit harder most of the time, because a lot of the matchups for like all of the monsters that are weak to ice are really weak to ice. So you're gonna want Flickering Whale for Spinning Axe most of the time. Now you won't get KOs, you won't get stuns, but that's okay because you're gonna kill the monster faster. And anomaly hunts, if you're hitting them with element, you pop more bubbles, you cause more trips, and you don't need the KOs as much. So it just depends on how you really want to proceed, because without stun, it just results in another down or another trip, basically. So yeah, Roz kind of needs a buff here, because the only like unique build that you could use with Raw is Dragonheart, and then that gives you 10%, which isn't enough because it results in like 1 extra point of a spinning axe tick and maybe like 30 points on your actual chops. So it's not gonna contribute too much. So I think the last update should shake up the meta enough to make Ra viable. But if you just want to stick to the meta, then Element is the way to go. I'm just that guy that farmed up every Charge Blade set, so I have all the sets already, so I could use whatever I want whenever I want. But yeah, it just depends on how much farming you want to do. So, good chatting with you. See you next week, hopefully. I'm thinking of posting either another stream, because I'm kind of just out of content for now. I'm just waiting for Title Update 6 and seeing what content that has. Otherwise, I'm gonna call it, and thanks for watching.